US President Donald Trump takes the global stage to promote nationalism. We will take a look at his speech at the United Nations right here from New York. Hello, I'm Anand Naidu, and this is The Heat. On the first day of speeches by world leaders at this year's session of the General Assembly, US President Donald Trump showed little interest in multilateralism. In his 37-minute speech, Trump criticized globalism, promoted his America First view, and even pushed other leaders to focus on national sovereignty. CGTN's White House correspondent Nathan King joins us now. Nathan, how was Trump's speech received by world leaders here in New York?
Well, I mean, you usually count it by the amount of applause, don't you? And it was short, but polite. In fact, the only people who really gave the US president a standing ovation were the members of his own family who were in the General Assembly Hall. And it was definitely one of the stranger speeches we've heard here from American president. He almost seemed distracted at times, and we kind of know why now. The US Congress has launched an impeachment inquiry against him, and he's been very distracted by domestic politics. So that may explain something. But when he sort of hit his lines, if you like, you're absolutely right. You know, this is the home of multilateralism, globalism, as the deriders of multilateralism like to call it. And he really sort of expanded on his America First ideology and basically said, look, America first, everyone for themselves first. Let's take a listen.
The future does not belong to globalists. The future belongs to patriots. The future belongs to sovereign and independent nations who protect their citizens, respect their neighbors, and honor the differences that make each country special and unique.
And he says honor the differences, special and unique there, but then he laid into countries that are different from the United States, like China, for example, hauling out its trade practices. Iran, of course, with the stand-up offering no really off-ramp to the escalating tensions that we are seeing between Washington and Tehran, especially since the attack on the Saudi oil fields. So it's difficult to see where diplomacy is going in terms of Trump administration strategy from this speech.
Nathan, one other development today, the Chinese State Councillor and Foreign Minister Wang Yis, he participated in the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals Summit. What was discussed there?
Yeah, I mean, the Sustainable Development Goals, for people who don't know, is sort of the next ambitious targets for the United Nations and the member states. Set up in 2015, they followed on from the Millennium Development Goals, which are really largely poverty reduction targets. And these are poverty reduction targets, but also for a sustainable development across the planet, which basically means that everyone gets lifted up together, extreme poverty eradicated, but also development with a green agenda, looking after the planet, but also looking after every citizen in each country. And, you know, this kind of dovetails quite nicely into sort of the Chinese policy of the China Dream and a moderately prosperous society coming up as one of their major goals. And Wang Yi really sort of stuck to those themes as well. And of course mentioned the Belt and Road Initiative as well in terms of bringing Chinese expertise to development in Asia and elsewhere.
Thanks, Nathan.